Leaving so soon?
Go f yourself.
Oh, you son of a... Your mother... Some banana trees in my day. Bigger saline drip. Friggin' alphabet soup and... Dust Bowl Carnival. Was that a bit too much?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kid Lee, and this is going to be my recap video on the Ubisoft press conference that was just held at E3 2013. They kicked off the show with Jerry Cantrell and a new game called Rocksmith. The game is going to allow you to use real instruments in the game as sort of a training tool or teaching tool to actually show you how to use the instruments properly. After that, they went ahead and they jumped into Splinter Cell Blacklist, and they showed both a gameplay and a cinematic trailer, and that game seems to be really shaping up. Looks pretty good. Next up was a gameplay trailer for Rayman Legends. As usual, that game looks pretty good. Any fans of that series should definitely go out and grab that one. Next was a new game called the Mighty Quest for Epic Loot. It's sort of a castle game where you build your offense, you build your defense, you pick your hero, and you have to defend your castle, and I think you might actually invade other people's castles to try and get, well, I guess basically their loot. Next, they jumped into a new cinematic trailer for South Park: The Stick of Truth. This game is still coming out, and at the end of the trailer, they even poked fun at it a little bit.
Coming this holiday season. Or some holiday season, hopefully kind of soon. You know how video games are.
After that, they jumped into a brand new game called The Crew. Seems like this is a game that they've been working on for like 4 or 5 years. It's going to be sort of a driving or car-based MMO. They said that it's an open-world, team-based driving game where basically you and or your friends or team have to work together to take down enemy factions town by town. They did confirm that the game is online all the time, just like an MMO would be. The game does feature both on-road and off-road driving. The game has full car customization modes. They even showed a little bit of a demo to where they had a tablet, and they had basically a car making or car customization tool on the tablet. You know, they made up their car or changes or whatever, and then they imported it into the game. So it'll be pretty interesting to see how that one turns out. Next, they jumped into a gameplay demo of Watch Dogs. A lot of people are starting to say that Watch Dogs looks like it's going to be the first next-gen blockbuster. So if you haven't seen any coverage on that, you should definitely take a look at it. They then showed a quick trailer for the new Just Dance 2014. They didn't really give any information on it, but as you can probably imagine, it'll have new songs and new dances and that sort of thing. Next, they jumped into the Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. They did both a cinematic trailer and a gameplay trailer, and as always, the Assassin's Creed games look great, and it'll be definitely another one to pick up. Next up was a new game called Trials Fusion. It's sort of a possibly futuristic motorcycle trick game, and I know they were coming out with a couple different versions of it. I think they were coming out with a console version and then maybe a mobile version. So if you're into the motorcycle games or motorcycle trick type games, it'll definitely be one to check out. And then finally, they announced a game called The Division. And everybody will want to definitely keep their eye on this one because I think it's going to be one of the new really big IPs. What they've got going for this one is it's another post end of the world game, third-person shooter. It has a really interesting, or I guess what I like to call is an odd side interface. It has a foot map mode, a squad-based cover shooter. It's going to be more of an open world RPG. It's really, really detailed, and it's almost difficult for me to explain what's going on with it just at the moment. I think what I'm going to do is, if you stay tuned to my channel, I'm actually going to do a full recap of just the gameplay trailer they did, so we can get a much better idea of what this game's about. So everybody stay tuned for that. But yep, The Division is going to be done by Tom Clancy, so another Tom Clancy game. But that was the last thing that they showed at that particular press conference. So everybody stay tuned for my continuing E3 coverage. Everybody keep playing and have fun.